Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this video with me, your boy FIFA 1 HD, where we're going to be looking at Team of the Week predictions for FIFA 20 with Team of the Week 2 just around the corner. We're going to be predicting the players that I think are going to make that lineup. Obviously this is the first video for this channel. I've never done Team of the Week predictions before, always been more squad builders, player reviews, etc. So it is a first for me, so go easy if you think I have got anyone wrong, but please do let me know if you think maybe someone else should have been included, you think that maybe someone that I've picked shouldn't have been. Be really interested to hear what you guys think, and obviously subscribe and like if you do enjoy the video, and obviously this will be a series every week, so please do subscribe for more content throughout FIFA 20. So without further ado, we are going to kick off with our first player, which is going to be Sergio Asensio. I probably murdered his name, but the 83 rating, this is what I've gone for on this card. There weren't too many standout keeper choices, if I'm being honest. Asensio makes the bench for me with 2 saves and a clean sheet in a very, very hard fought 2-0 win. Now we head to the MLS with a 70 rated silver inform, or at least that's what I'm predicting, and we are going to look at Tommy Smith. He had a very unusual game, I must admit. He's a defender, he scored a goal and he got an assist in a 3-2 win. Now pretty much that should guarantee him for a Team of the Week slot, but he did score an own goal, so there's a chance this might not happen, but I still think for a defender he's done enough. And to be fair, I found it quite difficult actually to pick a full 23, as there weren't too many standout players I thought that deserved spots. So he gets in. I think he had a good game. I think that pretty much deserves his spot in this lineup. We move on to another silver inform with Garassi. Garassi picked up 1 goal and 1 assist in a 2-1 win, which is why I've picked him for this lineup. Another silver now in the form of Aziz, who got 1 goal in a 2-0 win over Barcelona. I was going to pick the keeper from this match, but strangely enough, he is not in FIFA. This team obviously is, and pretty much every player within their team is, but their keeper is not, and they actually don't have a keeper in FIFA, at least according to Foothead anyway. So I had to go with this guy, as I thought he was the next best option. We continue with this silver bench theme with Mauro Jr., who got 2 goals in a 3-2 win. Now we move on to what is pretty much a dead cert with Ninga and a 74 rated silver informer, at least that's what I'm predicting. He got 3 goals for Angers in a very emphatic win. To Scotland now, and Jermaine Defoe picks up an inform for me. He got 2 goals in a very emphatic 4-0 win for Rangers on the weekend against St Johnstone. I think he would be a very popular card. Yes, he's not the quickest, but definitely a card with incredible shooting that you can still link into some good teams because of his English nation. So definitely one that I think EA might include. Another what is likely to be very affordable inform, but probably very underused, is Matty Phillips. He got 2 goals in a 4-2 win for West Brom, and I think he will definitely get a card this time around. The first of many informed defenders from the Premier League, Cresswell scored an absolute banger as West Ham beat Man United 2-0. Very solid player, got a clean sheet, got a goal. I think he is a dead cert for an inclusion this time. Another pick from the Premier League now, Chris Wood banged 2 goals for Burnley as they saw off a really impressive Norwich City. Now my next pick comes in the form of Nathan Ake, who would be a very, very desirable card early on in FIFA. Yes, not the highest rating in the world, likely around 82, 83, but with incredible pace and very solid defensive stats, he would be an absolute dead cert for a lot of people's teams early on if this inform comes off. And the reason why I've given him this inform is because he scored 1 goal in Bournemouth's first ever away league win at their big rival Southampton. They obviously went on to win that game very comfortably, and obviously even though he didn't keep a clean sheet, I think that goal plus the victory and the manner of the game makes him a very, very solid candidate for this week's Team of the Week. Red Bull Salzburg now got a very impressive win, and Orban for me was the pick of that match. 83 rating is what I've given him for his goal and clean sheet, and also the fact that he got an 8.5 rating on who scored. We move into the first 11, or at least what I've selected as the first 11 now, with our goalkeeper, and that will be the 84 rated Jarstein. Now this guy had an absolute stormer of a match. He ended up with 7 saves in a 2-1 win. and also produced a 7.8 rating, which is very impressive for a goalkeeper. Potentially a dubious one now, Alexander-Arnold didn't keep a clean sheet as Liverpool saw off Chelsea, but he did score an absolute banger of a goal, and for me, I think with the lack of potential in the Premier League, I think this guy definitely is in with a shout. Another one that I'm a little bit unsure of, and that comes in the form of Kolarov. I've given an 83 rating. I think he definitely deserves an Inform, with the fact that he did score in a 2-1 win over Bologna, but I am still a little bit tentative on this one. Ricardo Pereira picked up man of the match in Leicester's 2-1 victory over Tottenham. Really did score a very good goal and just had a really great game all round. Very attacking display from this fullback that will again be a very good pick early on in FIFA for a lot of teams, obviously with that Premier League and the incredible stats on the card, making him incredibly desirable. This week we saw the Milan derby, and while it was a relatively close game, Inter did come away 2-0 victors, and Brozovic for me was the guy who deserved the Inform. He got a goal from his sort of more defensive side of the game, so he still got a goal and he got an 8.2 rating, doing a lot of hard work in that midfield, which for me is why he'd be a good pick for this week's Team of the Week. Now this week's Team of the Week will coincide with the actual full release of the game, so I think EA will want to stack it, and that's why I have gone for Milinkovic-Savic as my next pick. Yes, he only got an assist, but he did get an 8.7 rating for his performance in that match, and he would be an incredible card if EA were to drop this one this early. A card now that I have no question about whether he will get one or not, although in fairness, half of the Man City team could have probably got an Inform for this game. Winning 8-0 against Watford was an incredible match, and Bernardo Silva really did steal the show with his hat-trick. He is a dead cert for this team, and one that I will have no doubts about him getting an Inform this week. For my next pick, I have gone with Coutinho. Now, there were other options in this game. Obviously, Lewandowski did score 2 goals, but he does have a Player of the Month card out. And me thinking about it logically, I just think EA won't want to decrease people's interest in that card. I'm not even sure if you can release an Inform when there's a Player of the Month card out. So Coutinho is definitely the safer bet with his 1 goal and 1 assist. Now I was going to give this next card to Fernando Llorente, but again I found out that he's a card that actually isn't in FIFA 20, strangely enough. So I've had to go with Insigne, who again did have a really solid game, just not quite as good as Llorente in terms of goals, but he did chip in with 1 goal and an assist, which means for me he probably will get the card because obviously Llorente just isn't in the game yet. My penultimate pick is Willian Jose. He got 2 goals against Espanyol in a 3-1 away win, making him a very likely candidate for an Inform this week. And finally, we finish with the headliner, that is Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, a very, very desirable card. Whether he will get this Inform is questionable because he has such a high rating already. Whether EA might want to hold off and not give him one so early remains to be seen, but he'd be a great player to lead. They're pretty much the first Team of the Week where the game is really released. And this card could well happen because he did come with a goal and an assist, making him a very strong potential for this Team of the Week. I'd love to see it. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you think he's going to get an Inform, and also let me know how you think I did this week. Let me know if you think I've missed anyone out, who you'd be picking, who you think's going to get an Inform. I love reading what you guys have to say, and also subscribe for more of these videos and also other great FIFA 20 content. And peace!